I need Canadians to hear this. What you are seeing right now is not your imagination. There is a divide growing in this country, and it is not coming from the people. It is coming from the federal government. Refugee claimants are considered residents of Canada for the purpose of federal benefits the moment that they receive their temporary documents. That status unlocks multiple federal programs as long as they meet the income criteria, even if they've never worked here, they've never paid into our system, and they have only been in Canada for days or weeks. In Canada, the Resettlement Assistance Program, or RAP, covers almost every living expenses for newcomers: furniture, linens, household needs, transportation support, dietary allowances, clothing allowances, newborn allowances, maternity clothing and benefits, school allowances, the maximum child tax benefit, monthly income supports, housing top-ups, and even startup payments in the thousands, over $8,000. They also receive interim federal health coverage, which includes healthcare, vision, and dental. And today I learned that they also qualify for the Canadian Dental Care Plan as well. So they're getting double coverage for dental. I will link this website for you so that you can look yourself. My mind is honestly blown. Meanwhile, Canadian families are paying higher taxes, higher rent, higher bills, and being told to tighten their belt. Programs for our own veterans continue to be cut. I want to be very clear. I am not blaming the families that have arrived here. Any one of us would take the help if we were in their situation. This is about our government. They continue stretching Canadians thinner while expanding programs that Canadians themselves cannot even access. They created the rules. They've created this gap, and they are responsible for this resentment. And now they turn around and say that the public is the problem, that raising concerns is somehow hatred or phobia, and now they're going to censor our speech left, right, and center. So no, the problem is a system that gives full support to one group while telling the people that built this country that they should be grateful for scraps. The divide is not natural, it is not accidental, it is engineered. They continue draining working Canadians while sending hundreds of millions overseas. Over 250 million more were announced today alone. The moment that more Canadians start looking at the numbers for themselves, my hope is that the conversation changes fast. The government is supposed to work for us, not the other way around, but they're not listening to us. When will our leaders finally pause, look at the strain happening here at home, and put Canadians first so that they can stabilize this country? UPAC, the anti-corruption police. So Quebec's Liberal Party is under criminal investigation by Quebec's Liberal Party is under criminal investigation by UPAC, the anti-corruption police. Before anybody says that this is a provincial issue, let's be real. When the Liberal brand gets caught in something like this, the damage goes straight to the federal level too. People do not split that brand apart. They see one pattern, one culture, one problem. This absolutely affects Mark Carney. He is leading a federal Liberal Party that is already facing a credibility problem. Canadians are questioning priorities, transparency, spending, and trust. Then Quebec gets hit with a corruption probe involving internal politics and possible vote buying. That becomes a direct reflection on the national Liberal identity that Carney is trying to rebuild. If a provincial Liberal Party is caught up in shady leadership practices, people naturally ask how deep that culture goes. What does this say about the federal machine? What gets swept under the rug? What are insiders doing behind closed doors? It forces Carney and his team to do damage control whether they want to admit it or not. It also hurts the federal Liberals in Quebec. That province is already shifting. People are frustrated with the cost of living. They feel unheard. So when Quebec's Liberal Party enters a corruption scandal, voters see it as proof that the Liberal name itself cannot be trusted. That spills directly into federal numbers. And yes, this benefits Conservatives. It hands them another real-world example to highlight a pattern of mismanagement and insider behavior that Canadians are sick of. It strengthens their narrative that the Liberal structure itself cannot be fixed with a new leader or a new face. You have the federal Liberal Party trying to rebuild under Carney, while another branch of the same brand collapses under allegations of corruption. Canadians do not separate them. They see one team, one culture, one problem. And that is why it affects the federal government immediately. Will we actually see real accountability if they're guilty? Well, most Canadians are already whispering the truth under their breath. But go ahead, enlighten us. We will wait.